Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Extreme Tarot, where we do moon readings, pick a cards, and zodiac readings. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, Leo. Sorry, my dog. Zodiac readings. Today we're doing a zodiac reading for the sign of Gemini. A little check-in on your no contact love situation. We're gonna see what's going on. I have your person side over here and your side here. We're also going to look into how they're feeling, how they're seeing you, their intentions, and then we're going to get some messages at the end. So, oh, I didn't open my shades. Hold on one sec. There'll be some light. Okay. I also shuffled a song for you, and I got Please Mr. Postman by the Marvelettes. Little old school jam from like the 60s. But yeah, so, and then the card that I got for the energy between the two of you is let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So this card in conjunction with that song, Please Mr. Postman, maybe there's obviously no contact or no contact situation, but you're just really feeling maybe the like you want to talk to them. I feel like, okay, so let's just look at you and your person like right here. So they're coming through as the raccoon and you're coming through as the hawk. Interesting. We have like an earth and an air. They're in a feminine, like an earth energy, which is a feminine energy, and you're in a masculine energy, like which is an air sign, you know, an air energy here. So again, this is like a theme that's been coming up in my readings a lot, where it's almost like they're dealing, and then they got the numinous mystery. So they're dealing with their shadow. They're clearly in the shadow here. And look at you, you're like breaking out of the shadow and like moving into the light. Again, it's like they're letting things go, working through things from the past. You're building towards your future. You know, it's almost like you're not on the same page, like, and not like, oh, you're not on the same page, like you want to be with them and they don't want to be with you. It's not even like that. It's more just like you're just not on the same page in life. And it's very apparent. I feel like you're in a good, let's talk about you. You're in a good energy here with the hawk, okay? Like you're breaking free out of this darkness. You also got Venus, love. Beauty, harmony, romance, charm, receiving, sensuality, luxury, wealth, diplomacy, magnetism, value, pleasure, adornment, adoration, attraction, indulgence, taste, and style. It's almost like this feeling, and then look, wait, it's always the right time to start. It's almost like this feeling like, okay, so maybe you were in like a very shadowy energy for a little bit. Now you're like breaking out of that. You're ready to start building up your life. Clearly you adore this person or whatever it was saying, attraction, adoration. And it's like, okay, like I'm ready, like let's go. Like, you know, you're ready for romance, you're ready for fun in your life, you're ready, like it's the right time to start, like I'm feeling good, like blah blah blah. Kind of like, where you at? Like, you know, like what's going on? But your person is just not in that energy. They're in a shadowy energy. We also got the numinous mystery energy. I feel like they're very confused. They're very, the raccoon talks about like issues with self-image and like success. So it's like, yeah, like they're just not feeling good about themselves. It's really like, I don't want to say it's nothing to do with you. It's just like they're going through something right now. Like they really truly are. And whether they would like say like, oh, I'm going through something, like they could just be feeling like shit about themselves or something. Also on the back of the deck for this card, beware of what you are projecting. For the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So maybe like you're obviously projecting on each other in some way, shape, or form here. Your person could be like feeling bad about themselves if they're comparing themselves to you. I don't know what's going on in your lives like actually, but you seem to be in a good place. You have like this new beginning. This is Venus, which is like the second house, like Taurus energy, also Libra energy. But the second house is what I think of with Venus. And it's like, that's also about value, material things. So you could be like having success In your career, you could just be doing good and you're just like craving more fun times and just like loving times. Like you feel like you're in a good place and you're like ready for it, but at the same time it doesn't feel like your person is. It's almost like, I feel like you're almost afraid if you like rise too high with the hawk, you're gonna like leave your person behind, like, and it's like you're gonna meet somebody else. I feel like you're scared almost to meet somebody else. You don't really want to, but you're like, what if that's the way it's supposed to be? I feel like you really just like don't want that to happen. You want to be with this person. It's almost like there's like a sense of maybe not really insecurity, but like fear that this chance is gonna like pass you by. And your person, what did they get? All of my emotions are part of my human experience. So like again, like they need to go through this. I feel like it's a very important part of their experience in life, in this life. It's like this is a more soulful sort of energy here with the numinous mystery. The unknown, the unknowable, ESP, psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth, oneness, source, the unnameable, shadow work, inner knowing, tingling, ghosts, other worlds, space, enigmas, the occult, intuition. Again, it's a very feminine energy. I feel like they're really having to like process through some things. It's just like a darker energy. They just aren't feeling the greatest about themselves. I don't know if they would sit there and say, oh, like this is a part of my experience, like what I'm going through right now, or if they're just in a bad energy and trying to like fight through it. But yeah, they're just not really in a good place. And I feel like you're either taking it personally, or we also had this conjunction on the back of the deck, empowerment, combines with, enhances, strengthens, joins forces, activates, intensifies, authorizes, allies with, concentrates, saturates, overrides, and overwhelms. So I feel like you're thinking like, oh, but like if we come together, like I can help you. Even if you wouldn't say that, like you kind of feel like, oh, but like we'll be happy together, so blah, blah, blah. But it's like, we all know that's not the way it usually goes down. Like your person's having issues with themselves, like you can't fix that for them, you know? And you, I don't know, maybe you really want to, or you just want them to be ready and you're getting very impatient over here, I'm getting, and you want to start now. And maybe you're even like with that whole projection thing, thinking like, ugh, like, you don't want to hit me up because like you're, I don't know, like running from this, like whatever you would say, like, you know, like whatever you're thinking, like your person like is the real reason. But it's, again, that could be maybe you having those same qualities of like running away. So maybe you're trying to like push your person, and that in and of itself is, you know, pushing them away, but you're even if it's just with your energy, like, and you're not even actually trying to like talk to them or anything, but it's like, you know, obviously your person's like tapped in somewhere. We have the numinous mystery, so I'm sure that they can, and you don't even have to be tapped in, like we're all tapped in, and we just don't, it's just our awareness of it, you know? So it's like, that's, you can tell when someone's energy shifts. Even like think about it, if you get a new boyfriend out of nowhere, all of us, and you start feeling good about yourself again, it's like all your exes start calling you. It's like they feel that shift somehow, and they don't realize probably how, but they just do. So it's like, I feel like this is what you do. You feel like your person's pushing you away, but you're kind of doing the same thing in your own little way. And I think you really are craving these like good things in life, the fun, the laughs, like the, just like that ooey gooey love feeling that you get. But it's like, you don't really need this person to like achieve that. Like, oh, you always have yourself. But it's like, yeah, you do. Or your animals, or your family, or your friends. It's like, when you really boil it down, like when you're around the people that you really love, it's like you can really feel that like sense of like community and home and like love and fun. Like you don't need like a partner to like achieve that and to like have that feeling. And I think that's something you could focus on, because you're feeling like it's time to start building relationships, expanding out your social circle and things like that. And I think you're almost holding yourself back because you're afraid like you're going to meet somebody else and it's like you're going to like leave your person behind or something. Which, I mean, yeah, I get it. That's sad and that's like scary, but you know, you can't like hold yourself back. You got to like spread those wings over there and, you know, start building up friendships. And if you are really meant to meet somebody else, you'll, and like that's someone you're meant to be with, you'll, you know, probably be happy that you're with them once you are, you know. And I'm sure if you like look back on your past, and I'm not saying that like, oh, the cards are saying you're not going to meet this person, but it's like you have to like almost like get over that fear in order to move on, even just like so this person can come around, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to just think about it. A lot of times those kinds of things are triggering though, like where it's like, no, I just want this person. But think about like your past relationships. I'm sure there's people that you thought you would never get over and you would never love anyone the same and blah blah blah, and it's like now you love your person and see like you did, and like that could happen again. Just if you're really ready to start and it's like you don't want to wait for this person or whatever, it's like, you know, maybe just try to be open to love in general and just see what happens. Because I don't know, like, I mean, maybe there's like another lesson you have to learn before you get with this person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could be closing yourself off to something that is actually like a stepping stone to this person. But regardless, it's like you have to be open to life. And it's like you can't just like shut down. I mean, you can if you want, but it's probably better not to like shut down to everything until this person like comes on the scene. And maybe, I feel like you have done a lot of growth and you've worked through a lot of these issues, but that doesn't mean that they don't come up again and like offer you an opportunity to sort of like make a different decision and go a different way, and maybe just accept the fact that, you know, right now is just not a time for me and this person, so I have to like kind of keep moving in my own life and just see what happens. Maybe you're meant to, like, for example, like to have a kid with somebody, like, you know, that like this person is going to be ready, like, you know, for 5 years. You're meant to have this child with somebody, like, who knows, like, you know, there's like all kinds of reasons why you could be meant to be in somebody's life, even if it's just for like 3 months, you know, or something. So I would just, and even if it's not love and you could just want to be open to like more, having more friendships in your life, having more fun times and things like that, like I think that's like a good energy to be in. So let your person have their space. Don't feel like you have to claim them, even though you maybe feel like they're yours and they're meant for you and things like that. But you know, love is always, what is that, like kind and patient and kind or something. So it's like, but you have to also be patient and kind to yourself and realize that it's not your job to like wait around for this person. If you want to, if you've explored other relationships maybe and seen like, okay, the grass isn't greener, like, you know, there's just, I know what I feel for my person, and it's like until I meet somebody that kind of stirs the same emotion in me, like I'm not gonna just like date any person over here. That's fine, like, you know what I mean? But it's good to like explore those fears, because a lot of times you could feel like, oh, like I'm just waiting around for this person and I'm missing out. But it's like, and then you start building up like resentment towards them. But it's like they're not asking you to do that necessarily. Like they probably, I don't know if they want you to or not. I mean, they're just going through a lot of shit right now. But it's not like that's on you if you're deciding to wait, and you should like really explore like both sides of the coin before you decide to do that. You know, see if like what's out there. See when you date somebody else, that like how does it feel, or just when you think about somebody else. And, you know, if you find that it's not for you, then that's fine. And then you can go back to waiting for your person in peace. Okay. So let's get, if that sounds like your situation, let's dive into the rest of the reading. We're going to get some Everyday Witch Tarot cards to see how your person's feeling about you. All right. So how is Gemini's person feeling about Gemini right now? I'm interested to see. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I guess we'll take them. I don't know. We have the 5 of Cups. Oh, I'll hold it up. 5 Cups. I like how 5 just came out like that. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. The High Priestess. Some more of that numinous energy coming through. We have the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. And then Judgment on the back of the deck. All right, so your person's definitely, like I was saying, in a more feminine energy in their fields. First of all, we have the High Priestess. That's that sort of mystical feminine energy coming through, where they're kind of like trying to figure out, trying to find their way out of the dark into the light, through trial and error, I'm getting. I feel like they could be maybe even like looking into different approaches, like, you know, like a self-help book, or they could be like talking to a therapist, like, you know, something like that, or they're trying to get some sort of help from people around them, maybe their family, whatever it is. I feel like they've been in maybe some sort of depression for like a long time, where, like, again, like I was getting this in my reading the other day, but you see this, it's like a table with a party. There's like food on there. There's like the 2 cups upright, a bottle of wine, balloons. It's like good times like around them, but like inside there's like this despair or something. There's like this regret. There's these sad feelings here. And they've been in some sort of depression, and I think they're finally trying to like get themselves out of it with the 3 of Pentacles. Again, that's like the energy of the group. And I feel like they could be, yeah, really like reaching out for help somehow, even if they're just watching like videos or like reading articles, reading a book, like I was saying, going to therapy, like talking to their friends, like trying to like just get up and do things in order to feel better. Like they're sort of trying to turn this around, I'm getting. And then, yeah, we had the High Priestess here, which is this very mysterious energy. And they could be really like, again, even like watching tarot videos or something like that, because, or like looking at it from a more spiritual perspective. They are in this like very spiritual energy here. So maybe they're like turning to that to sort of understand what they're going through. I mean, we have tarot cards on this card here, runes, and a crystal ball. So they could be just like examining their dreams, like things like that, or just like looking into more like manifesting techniques. Because what did we have here? My thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to change them. So like even just stuff like that, where they're like watching videos on how to like kind of control your thoughts and like direct them in a more positive way. And we have 2 sixes here, the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. And again, I do think that they see you here. This is more about them, but then like I feel like they see you as this sort of like successful person again, because the 3 of Pentacles is a card of like apprenticeship, and then the 6 of Wands is a card of like success and victory. So they see you like flying high. They see you as like a successful person. We have all this red here. This is like a very bold, successful, like again, they see like all these people, like you see in the background, like congratulating you or something like that. And it almost makes them feel, I don't want to say it makes them feel worse, but that whole thing about beware of what you're projecting, because the qualities you admire are qualities you both possess. I think they're like not looking at it that way, or maybe that's what they're starting to look at it that way, because maybe that's the shift going on here, where it's like they see like the success in you, and then it's like this is like maybe like spirit coming through to let them know like, no, like you both have these, sorry, I always hold it in the wrong spot. Sorry, you both have these qualities. Like, and if they haven't learned that yet, because these are like the last 2 cards, maybe that's like something they need to learn before they can even be ready to feel on your level. Even though you would probably sit here and think like, okay, like now's the right time to start, because like now I'm feeling good about myself and doing well. And it's like you probably were in this insecure energy as well before, and now that you've broken out of it, you could probably understand what they're feeling. You probably didn't think you were good enough for this person, and that's probably why you're so like rushed to get this going, because you didn't feel good enough for your person for a long time, but you finally have like broken out of the shadow and like broken out of this barrier somehow. And now you're like, okay, like I feel good now, like come on. But it's like now they're in that energy. Does that make sense? So I feel like you could sort of understand where your person's coming from, because you probably didn't feel good enough for your person either at some point. Sorry, why does this card keep moving? But yeah, with the 6 of Pentacles, that's all about like give and take. And I just don't think that you're able to like give the same amount in this connection right now. And it's going to end up with you feeling unfulfilled. Or maybe this is your person's way of saying like, I just like can't, I have nothing to give right now because like, I'm just like, and I'm not in a good place. Like I'm in the dark. Like I can't, when am I going to give you more darkness? Like you're better off without me. Like something like that. Like, you know, I'm not laughing at them. I'm just like, you know, it's kind of cute. Like I feel for this person. So, okay. So let's see what their intentions towards you are. What are Gemini's person's intentions towards Gemini? We have community. What are Gemini's person's intentions towards Gemini? We have unfinished symphony. And what are Gemini's person's intentions towards Gemini? We have happy, happy. And soulmates on the bottom of the deck. So I think your person is really recognizing that you guys do have this connection. We have that soulmates energy here. And then the unfinished symphony. What is that song? It's clearly not broken. It's just so unfinished. I think it's Bryson Tiller. Wait, hold on. You said that was your prediction. Oh my God, what is that song? You said this shit would happen and I should have listened. Who are you fucking with now? Is that any of my business? Like, what is that song? So give me all of you in exchange for me. Okay, Exchange by Bryson Tiller. Sorry, I was like, just couldn't believe that song was just like playing in my head. But I think they see this as unfinished, so that's good news. Like they don't see this as like, oh, it's over. Like I don't, like they're not like ignoring you because they like don't want to talk to you. Like, you know, I mean, maybe listen to that song and it could give you more insight into how they're feeling or where they're hoping to get to. But again, exchange. It's not like an even like energetic exchange right now. They feel so. Their intentions. I feel like they do want to make you happy. But it's like something like happy, happy. Like I have to be happy before I can make you happy. Again, even if they're not thinking about it in those terms, like this is something maybe spirit just wants you to know. I feel like they do want you to be a part of their life. They do want to see you. They know it's like unfinished right now. But like, again, they're just not in a great place. I feel like this is almost like they would feel, because this is like a mom and a baby giraffe. So maybe, again, they feel like you're just bigger than them in some way, more growth, I almost said. More like, I guess, grown or something. And like they feel like it's not equal. Again, like they're like a baby compared to you. You're like an adult. Like it doesn't have to be that, but like it could be like in regards to money. It could be in regards to anything. Like, you know, like they feel less than a little bit, like behind you or something. And it's not an even exchange, like you would be taking care of them, which I feel like you almost, again, want to do. So like they are picking up on that correctly. But it's like they feel like, you know, they have to like do it on their own, or they want to, or I mean, they probably wish that they could just accept like the comfort from you, because it probably would feel really good. But it would also feel bad like for them too afterwards, or like, you know what I mean? It would kind of be like a double-edged sword where it would be feel good in the moment, but it would end up making them feel like bad about themselves later or something. So it is for the best, I think, that they kind of figure out their own ish here on their own. But it's clearly not broken. It's just so unfinished. Love Bryson Tiller. Okay. So I would listen to that song. I feel like they are listening to a lot of music, like thinking about you and listening to music, because there's like all these music notes here and things like that. But they're definitely like, I feel like they have almost like a poetic feel towards you right now or something like that. Like they're like in their feels, they're in their sad feelings. They could be listening to like sad songs and just feeling like you're gonna fly away or something like that. But we'll see. All right. What how is Gemini's person seeing Gemini? Ooh. We have Prince, romantic charm and potential for power. And how are they seeing? Ooh, Mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine. All right. So, yeah, they see you as like powerful. Look, ooh, there's another person looking at a crystal ball here. That's crazy. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Visionary. I feel like they see you as somebody that has maybe like navigated this path yourself, but like with a lot more ease, they think, than they are able to. I feel like they see you as like, again, with this mystic energy and the fact that they're in this numinous energy, like they see you as like a mystic, like and the power, like almost like you have some sort of like, I don't want to say mystical power, but like you understand the dark. Like again, you do, because you were in there, and it's like you've like lifted yourself up out of it. And I think they're like, why is it so hard for me? And they're almost like looking at you and thinking like, how, you know, like that it was easy for you or something, which you could be sitting here like, that was like the hardest time of my entire life. Like it was not easy. Like, you know, and I'm sure it wasn't, you know, being in the dark is not easy for anybody, and you just have to figure it out in your own way, in your own time. But that's something this person needs to like let go of, like where you're at and where they're at. But at the same time, it's hard to let go, because I feel like they are maybe sensing this rushing energy from you, where you wish they were just ready because you're ready, but they're just not, you know. All right, so how else are they seeing you? Wise. Yeah, they're like, how do you, maybe they're getting some insights from you over here, like they're reading some of your old texts that you've sent them or something like that. But they see you in this like mystical, wise, like old soul, like you know what you're doing. And again, I feel like they wish they could have some help from you, but they feel like they should do it on their own. How else are they seeing you? Inquisitive. Okay. It's like they know that you want to know more about them. Like they're definitely picking up on that. Stern. Stern. And how are they seeing you? Closed off. And how are they seeing you? Confident. And street smart. And what's that coming up? Imaginative. I'll put it back, but I saw it sticking out, so I wanted to say. Yeah, I feel like your person feels like you know what you're doing. Like you're confident, you're wise, like street smart, like you know what's up over here. And they don't feel like they have those same, all right, Bubby, can you move over a little bit? Oh, those same skills that you have over here. Like they feel like you're almost like better. And then we have stern and closed off. So maybe they're afraid if they don't like act soon, you're just going to cut them off. Like I was saying, I feel like they are kind of scared of you. Like you're going to meet somebody that's more on your level because they're not, or something like that, or someone who's ready because they're not. And like someone that's willing to give you the stuff that they just don't have to give you right now. And again, like I hate to say it, like I'm not saying you should do that, but I don't think you should like keep yourself closed off forever. I mean, it's a tough one. I just really do feel like sometimes you need to explore things like that just to see how you feel about it yourself. Everybody's different. So, you know, maybe start thinking about that and just like let yourself think about it and run through the possibilities in your mind, see how they make you feel, figure out what's bothering you, because it's like you are in the light, but the shadow is still here. You know what I'm saying? And there's red and yellow. So you could have issues with the root chakra and the solar plexus chakra, which talks about confidence and shame, security and things like that. So you could almost, I feel like, be like overconfident and over secure right now, and you could be like almost heading for a crash where you're like, ooh, it's the right time, I'm doing good. And then if things don't manifest, you might like have a crash. You know what I'm saying? Not like, oh, you deserve to have a crash because you're being big-headed. No, you're happy, you're excited, you're like, wow, things are going good. Maybe that means this person's gonna pop up because I'm in such a good vibe. But it's like they're not in a good vibe, and maybe like those expectations aren't gonna be met, and it's gonna end up making you feel bad about yourself. I wasn't even asking a question, but what advice would your person need right now? Let's see what else they're going through. What advice for your person right now would they need? Oh, what lessons are they learning? I guess we'll take those. We have, you are not your thoughts and emotions. Learn to detach and observe them. Game changer. Yeah. That's like all of my emotions are a part of my human experiences. I think they're really letting them get the best of them. Get organized, prep your meals, or put your outfits together for the week. The worst thing in life is not failure, it's regret. Okay, so maybe, yeah, I feel like they see you as successful and they feel like a failure. Start and end the day with positive thoughts about yourself, even if you're mean in between. I think they're just like beating themselves up somehow and just feeling bad. And this card keeps coming out. Charm and the promise of delight will draw people like moths to a flame. I feel like your person is like learning how to not just do what other people want them to do, just to draw people in like a moths to a flame. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like trying to be more firm and be like, no, like I have to do what I have to do for me. And I can't just be what you want me to be. And you know what? That's powerful stuff. Good for them. Like, even though it's probably, you probably want to punch me in the face right now, but it's like, they have to like be in that energy of like self, what would it be called? Like confident to like do what they feel is right for themselves, you know? They are trying to do that and they're getting there, and these are lessons that they're learning, that they have to be able to like say no to people, including you. Just like you have to be able to say no to them if it's not something that you feel comfortable with or whatever. Like you can't just do something to make this person come to you, and they can't either, you know? It's like they have to do what's best for them right now. So, and that's like that whole thing about you where it's like if you want to start exploring the idea of like dating other people, which, and I'm not saying like you should just date other people, like again, but just, you know, exploring the idea, seeing how you feel about it. And then it says every time you judge someone else, you reveal an unhealed part of you. So again, that's that whole like beware of what you're projecting that we had at the beginning. So it's like maybe there's a lot of that coming through where you're either judging each other or looking at each other in a way of like, oh my God, you're perfect and I'm a loser. Like whatever, it's probably both at different times, you know, for each of you. So let's see, what would your person actually want to say to you? What would your person want you to know right now? Gemini's person want them to know. It's so hard for me to think right now. I'm so confused. Yeah, they're in the dark. You're so independent. And maybe they're not. I always imagine the life we could have together. What would your person like want to say to you? It's too many. This deck is like too big. When I come back, I'm coming back, right? You're the only one I could commit to. Duh. Big Sean. It's from a song. It's called Memories Faded by 2088. Best album of all time, in my opinion. I love every single song on that album. It's so good. And if you're in a situation like this, that whole album will probably resonate somehow. What would Gemini's person want to say to them? You're such a hard worker. Yeah, they're like this is like a big theme of like success and failure, and like them like, you're so independent, you're such a hard worker, like, and I'm not, like, is like the unspoken end of that sentence, you know? It says, you make me so mad sometimes, but then I realize I'm just mad at myself. Yeah, that projection thing coming through strong. You're so responsible. Like, I can't, like, I'm not laughing at them. I'm just like, they really are like feeling that right now or something. They feel like bad about themselves, but it's like they have that same capacity, but they're not realizing it. They're just like looking at you. If they would just realize, oh, like when you're actually like envious or like looking at people like that, it means you have those qualities too. You just don't believe that you do. They need to realize that. Come on. Oh my God. Okay. You're literally hysterical. And I know we could have such a great life together. That came through like twice here. So, and then this says, no matter how things may seem, there's something special that's reserved only for you. All right, guys, I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something useful out of it and it resonated. Let me know if it did. Please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel if it did. And I will catch you in the next reading, okay? Bye.